Hello students, welcome to this video. In today's lesson I will be talking to you about specifically about relative pronouns. As you can see, I have a fact written down. It says relative pronouns connect dependent clauses to their preceding background. This means that a relative pronouns function is to connect a dependent clause to the preceding words. The first example I have here written on the board, as you can see, I highlighted the relative pronouns so that you can identify them easily. It says, I will do whatever it takes to find him. This here is, well, let me use another marker. This here is the dependent clause. Remember, a dependent clause does not make sense by itself, and it cannot be a sentence by itself. That is why it is called a dependent clause, because it depends on this subject here. Alright, by itself, it would not make any sense. So the function of this here, of whatever, which is a relative pronoun, is to connect this here to this, to all of this. So it makes sense. What if you didn't have that there? I will do it takes to find him. It would not make sense at all. That is why we need a relative pronoun here to connect the dependent clause to its background. I will do whatever it takes to find him. Because as you can see, this here is not an independent clause itself. I will do whatever. To have an independent clause, it must have a predicate and it must have a subject. I will do has a predicate and it has it has a subject, but it has no predicate. Do whatever it takes to find him makes more sense. The second one says, he who has tried has succeeded. He who has tried has succeeded. As you can see, I highlighted who. This is the relative pronoun. So it connected has tried, has succeeded, does not have a subject. So we need who to connect the subject here to make sense. He who has tried has succeeded. And the next one says, do not worry about that. It will be fine. Again, this is an independent clause. It will be fine. But let alone, it does not make much of a sense. It will be fine. What will be fine? Don't worry about that. So this here connects this to this, and it makes perfect sense. So we are connecting dependent clauses to their preceding background. And the last one says, he whose honor is at stake has not retrieved. I know these are kind of corny sentences, but they're good examples so that you can see that without these relative pronouns, these sentences would most definitely not make sense. He, honor is at stake, has not retrieved, would not make sense at all. So we need this to connect these two parts of the sentence. All right, next I will move on to some practice examples and sentences so that you can start working with me on this topic. Now you are going to help me identify the relative pronouns. You know that a relative pronoun connects a dependent clause to its background. Do not forget that rule. Well, the first one says, come out, whoever you are. Or come out, whoever you are. Or come out, whoever you are. This is like a horror movie line, right? Whatever you do, do not open your eyes. Okay, and the last one, under whose regard are you here? All right? So, which of these words is a relative pronoun? Which of these joins an independent clause to its background? That's right, whoever. The next one, whatever you do not open your eyes. That's right, whatever. And the last one, under whose regard are you here? Whose? As you can see, these are the relative pronouns, some of the relative pronouns that we use. In one of my previous videos in which I talk about existent pronouns, I have a list of relative pronouns that you can look at or look them up in an English dictionary. Well, next I will leave you some homework. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and remember that you must do your homework in order to improve your English and your knowledge. For homework, you are going to write 4 sentences using relative pronouns. Remember, if you have a workbook, do your homework in your workbook as well as in the comment section below this video so that I can check it for you. And if you don't have one, please do it in the comment section below this video. Thank you so much for watching it, and I really hope you liked it and that it was of help. And I will see you in my next video. Would you like to watch my next video? Click on the television to the right. I will be talking to you about interrogative pronouns. As you can see, I wrote a fact here on the board. It says